Welcome back to Conner'S Place. Jay, how we feeling after last week?
I mean, I'm feeling a lot better than you are in terms of picks.
Oh, we're going to go over them right now? Yes, I was 4-9, I believe, in my picks. And you were, what, 7-6?
Yeah, I was 7-6.
All right. Hey, I took some dogs. It backfired on me, but I would do it again. But we're on to week 8. Jay, are you excited?
As excited as I can be.
I know. Monday night was tough for both of us to lose 2 receivers like we did. But did you see Roquan Smith was fined?
It was $16,000.
I know, but it was a hit-drop tackle, and this is why the NFL is trying to get rid of it. They're trying to outlaw it because this is what happens to players when defenders just throw their weight. Right? It's not good, but you know what? It's the NFL, and it's next man up.
Yep.
And we got a tough one this week. What do you think about that?
I think who we need to step up is going to step up. I think we're obviously not going to replace Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen McMillan had a big game or Raheem Jarrett had a big game or Trey Palmer, or Sterling Shepard, Baker Mayfield connection or whatever. I just wouldn't be surprised.
So for me, listen, our offense is putting up points. Our defense can't stop a cold.
Yeah, not at all.
Our defense, I want to say in yards allowed, it's New Orleans last, Tampa Bay second to last. Okay, so we have to fix the defense, and we're going to be missing one of our defenders in Tyreek Smith this week. So it's going to be tough. All right, but let's talk a little bit about, before we get into our picks, let's talk about the game that happened last night. Did you watch it?
I didn't. I did not watch it.
Well, I had to watch a little bit of it because I have Cooper Kupp on my fantasy team.
That makes sense.
Okay, and I'm glad he scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
But again, Puka Nacua kind of outshined him because Cooper Kupp only had like 57 yards and a touchdown. Puka Nacua had more receptions and yards. I think he went over 100 yards.
Yeah.
But did you see there were the Chiefs refs in that game?
Again, I didn't watch it, so
that's okay.
I'll
let you know. The Rams made a phone call over to Andy Reid, said, hey, what type of refs you get for your games? And had the refs in that game with the Vikings and missed a blatant face mask call.
I did see that on like Instagram and whatnot.
And the Rams and the refs in that game go, oh, we didn't see it. We didn't see it.
There was a ref like right in front of it too. Like you should see that.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Correct. But the Rams end up falling. The Vikings ended up falling to the Rams. The Rams won 20-30 or 30-20, and it actually looked good to see Matthew Stafford actually play a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Okay, but some of y'all out there, we've been talking about football every podcast that we've done. I'm wearing a Rays jersey. You know what tonight is, Jay?
What?
Tonight is game 1 of the World Series. Even got my 2008 World Series patch. My Evan Longoria, however you want to say it, I'm okay with it. Eva's hotter. That's all I'm going to say. Who you got in the World Series, Jay?
I don't know. I feel like I like the Dodgers. I don't want to see the Yankees win. Like, Dodgers already have one up on us. I got it. But the Yankees winning one, just, I don't know. It would piss me off. So I like the Dodgers.
So I hope the series goes 7 only because this is a historical matchup.
Yeah.
Yankees Dodgers. The Dodgers have already said that Ohtani's not going to pitch. He's only going to hit.
Yeah.
And field, okay? So the sluggers are on the Yankees. I'm with you. I want the Dodgers to win in 7.
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna get into our Week 8 picks. You ready for this one? There's a lot more games this week than there were last week.
Yep. And I am excited to right the ship, if you will.
You right the ship. I need to right the ship. I need to make y'all some money out there.
I'm a perfectionist, so I have to.
Well, I taught you.
Well, you taught me so good, you only picked 4 correct games. So
You're right. All right, let's get into our first game. Jason, we have the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 4-2, traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 3-4. The line right now is -2.5. But let me leave this little nugget with you. The Bengals have not won a game at home. Who you got?
2.5 favoring who?
The Bengals.
Yeah, no, give me the Bengals. They're gonna cover. I think they cover by a touchdown. I don't know. I don't like stats like that. Like, haven't won a game at home all year. We played 7 games. Very easy to not win a game at home. And the Bengals always start out slow, and they had early home games anyway. So I got the Bengals. That's gonna be a good game, but I think that's a 7-point game, not a 3-point game.
Okay. Let me leave you with this little nugget. The Bengals are on a 2-game winning streak. Joe Burrow has a 76 completion rate through that 2-game winning streak, to include 8 touchdowns. But I think this is going to be a little bit of a track meet.
Yeah.
And I like the skill players better with the Eagles. So give me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles to win it outright as well. Let's move on to our next game. We have the team that beat us on Monday, the Baltimore Ravens, who are 5-2, traveling to the Cleveland Browns, who are 1-6 and are also 0-3 at home. Baltimore's favored by 8.5. However, our boy is starting at quarterback. Who you got?
I forgot this stat. I just said I didn't like weird stats like that, and I'm about to give one. It was like teams are like 20 something and 2 when changing quarterbacks mid-season on that first game, changing quarterbacks. So this is gonna be my like hot take game, but give me the Browns to win outright, because I don't know. I would love to see Jameis get a win. So that's just my throw it at the wall, hope it sticks pick.
Okay. I think Baltimore's going to win the game. I do. But I don't know if you saw this or not. Kevin Stefanski, coach of the Cleveland Browns, gave up play calling duties to Ken Dorsey. So Ken Dorsey's now calling the plays.
Yeah.
You got Jameis Winston in. I also agree there's going to be a little bit of a spark. This is also a divisional game. Ravens win the game, but I think the Browns cover. The Browns do not lose by 9 points.
Yeah, that's very
All right.
a lot of points.
Let's move on to our next game, Jay. We got the Tennessee Titans, who are 1-5, traveling to the Detroit Lions, who are 5-1 and are hot. Detroit is favored by 11 points. Who you got and why?
I think it's 11 points. Nah, give me the Titans to cover. Lions are gonna win the game. 11 points is just a lot. I get it. They just traded D-Hop, and you know, whoever's starting at quarterback is always up in the air week to week. I got it, but I don't think the Lions beat them by more than 11 points. So, give me the Titans to cover.
Okay. I like the Lions. I'll tell you why. The Titans are -9 in turnover ratio, and teams that have been favored by 10 points or more are 2-0 against the spread this year. Give me the Lions, even without Jamison Williams for PEDs. He's out 2 games. Lions win big. All right, Jay, next game we're going to talk about is the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Miami Dolphins. The Cardinals are 3-4. Dolphins are 2-4. Miami is favored by 4 points. And I believe Tua is coming back. Who you got and why?
This is kind of interesting. So, as many of you might know, Kyler Murray is like most of us. He's a gamer, right? And his favorite game is Call of Duty, right? Well, that game, in specific, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, came out today. And he's like one in whatever. It's terrible. He's a terrible record coming off like double XP weekends and new games dropping. So I got to kind of go with that and say that because of Black Ops 6, because I know he's going to be playing it, give me the Dolphins just to win outright. I don't know. Tua's coming back. Tua and Tyreek. Let's hope Tua doesn't get killed. But as long as he stays healthy, I think they're the better team with the better pieces around everyone. So give me the Dolphins.
Okay, am I allowed to make two different picks? Can I say if Tua plays, Dolphins cover? If Tua doesn't play, they don't cover?
He's gonna play.
Okay, so
He's starting.
Tua's going to play. I'm with you. If Tua's back, I think the offense starts clicking again. I think I read somewhere that Tyreek Hill, started to drop tears when he saw Tua come out into the field.
Yeah.
And I think those were tears of joy, not tears of sadness, even though I'd say Tua retire. I mean, it's your body, it's your choice. Give me the Dolphins to right the ship for this game. I don't know what it means for the division. All right, let's move on to our next game. We got the New York Jets 2-5 with a dud on last week. Going up against the New England Patriots, who are 1-6. The spread is the Jets are 7 points favorites. Who you got and why?
I think the Jets cover the spread. Devontae Adams has enough time now with the Jets, not just with Aaron Rodgers having the chemistry or whatever, but with the Jets to be fully incorporated in the offense. I think everybody's finally going to get on the same page during this game. Kind of what you said, or you thought that they were going to do last game against the Steelers, like that one breakout game, and then was all going to go back. I think this is actually that game now that they have enough time. I don't think they're winning the division. I don't think that they're going anywhere soon. Maybe a wild card team, but against the Drake May-led Patriots, give me the Jets.
Okay, I like your pick too. I'm going with the Jets. I think this is week 2 with Adams in the lineup. I think the Patriots are a dumpster fire. You fired Bill Belichick. You hired Gerard Mayo. You thought because he was younger, he would relate with the players more. But he says the same stuff that Bill Belichick did. He just called his whole team soft. I don't think they're going to respond. And Gerard Mayo, may only make it 1 year. Moving on to our next game, we're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers, 5-2 with J-Lo. I heard that somewhere. Going to Jacksonville, who is 2-5, to face the Jaguars. Jaguars are 2-1 at home, but they've been off. They really haven't been really good this year. But Green Bay is favored by 4.5. Who you got and why?
Give me Green Bay to cover the spread. The Jaguars have been an up and down team. All of the reports of, Trevor Etienne doesn't play and this offense just clicks. I think they had a good game last week. I don't think it's going to translate necessarily against a team like the Green Bay Packers. Any given Sunday, I understand. But you're letting up 4.5 points, and I think you're going to lose by double that. So give me the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love to get their 6th win.
Yeah. Green Bay, this might be a trap game. They have the Lions next week.
Yeah.
But on the road, the last 2 games, the Green Bay Packers have given up 16.5 points. I like the Packers offense. I like how they're clicking. Give me the Packers to cover 4.5. Easy one. And the Jaguars are disarrayed. Let's go to our next 1 o'clock game. We have the Indianapolis Colts, who are 4-3, traveling to the Houston Texans, who are 5-2, and also 3-0 at home. Houston is favored by 5. Who you got?
This is actually a game where I have to go with the dog. And You don't really go with road dogs that often, but I kind of have to. The Texans showed last week that they only put up 22 points, I think, right? They let Green Bay drive down for that game-winning field goal. I get it. It was in Lambeau. You have conditions in the way. The Green Bay Packers are a really good team, but I see the AFC South becoming more competitive with these two teams in particular. And I think this is where it starts, because if the Texans take this game, it kind of widens that gap a little bit in the AFC South. I don't see that happening just yet. So I think Anthony Richardson is going to end up doing enough to get the Colts to win. So give me the Indianapolis Colts to win in Houston.
Yeah, again, I'm agreeing with you. Just because of the first game that they played, I don't know if you remember, that was a shootout. I think it was like 29-27.
Yeah.
That was the game that Anthony Richards threw that 70-yard bomb
Off his back foot. Yeah.
right? Yep. So, interesting point. I don't know if you knew this or not, but Devin White signed with the Houston Texans.
I didn't even know that.
Yep, he signed with them.
Wow.
I think the Texans may buckle down with their defense, but being 5 points, give me the Colts. I'll take the 5 points, and we'll go from there. All right, our last 1 o'clock game, Jay. It's the Atlanta Falcons, the division leaders in the NFC South, traveling to the Buccaneers. Both teams are 4-3. This is the game for sole first place in the division. Atlanta's coming into our house favored by 2.5, and we've already kind of talked in the intro about we're missing some weapons. So who you got and why?
Again, this is tough, because as a lifelong fan of the team, the first instinct is the Bucs aren't going to lose. Well, we've done that 3 times this year, right? And we've only played 7 games. The Falcons have also done that, but in more understandable fashion, if you will. They didn't drop a game to the Broncos by 20 points. They didn't get boat raced by Baltimore, right? And last week against Seattle, I think that was just a schematic mismatch instead of a talent mismatch. I think Seattle was just ready for him. With that being said, I cannot, in good conscience and good faith, go against the Buccaneers in a divisional battle for first place in the NFC South. So I have the Bucs winning the game outright. And even without Chris Godwin, even without Mike Evans, even without Tyke Smith, even without Jamel Dean, having our offense and defense both be banged up, I think we respond this game. I think we show a lot of mental toughness and mental fortitude, and I think we end up winning by like 10 or so points. I think this is going to be a close game up until halftime. Third quarter, we're going to kind of pull away. Fourth quarter is going to kind of get scary, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a 10-plus point victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Raymond James in the 1970s creamsicle uniforms. Dot it, sign it, date it, send it. Give me the Bucs.
Yeah, so this one's tough as well for me. 3 weeks ago, we played Atlanta on Thursday Night Football up in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Kirk Cousins threw for over 500 yards.
Yeah.
He looked like the greatest quarterback ever. He's not.
No.
We lost Chris Godwin, 47 seconds left to play in the game. Some people have asked, why were the players in there? We were down by so much. They wanted to be in there. Then you can say, well, the coach should have held him out. These are grown men that want to compete and they want to play. And I think with Chris Godwin going down, Mike Evans is out until after the bye week. This could be our defining moment of the season.
And if I can say something real quick, I haven't lived a lot of life, but I've lived enough life to know that if I was in that situation, we had just recovered an onside kick, right? Who does that? We we had just went down and turned their defense into Swiss cheese, went down and scored. By rule, we wouldn't have been able to kick another onside kick. I understand. But still, it's a pride thing. You're not going to keep him out of the game. If we lose by 3 after being down by almost 30, that says a lot about the team. There's no moral victories. I understand. But you were not going to keep Chris Godwin out of that game. Also, if Chris Godwin would not have gotten hurt, would we be saying, why was he in the game? No, we wouldn't. On top of that, how is a coach supposed to know 43 seconds left in the game, Chris Godwin is going to snap his leg? Like, you're not going to know that. Yeah, Chris Godwin didn't know that.
But I will tell you this. Do we trust Kirk Cousins or do we trust Baker Mayfield? I think Baker Mayfield has righted the ship. If you look at the stats across the board, he's in the top half. He leads a couple categories, still leads in touchdown passes. Give me Baker Mayfield and these feisty Buccaneers in our creamsicles, okay, to win this one for Chris. This is a division game. This one's for Chris.
Yeah.
Because our next games after that, we go to Kansas City, right?
And then San Francisco.
And then to San Francisco.
Both winnable games, by the way.
We both take the Bucks. We're homers. I got it. All right, let's get to our 3 o'clock games, Jay. We got the New Orleans Saints, who are 2-5. And they are headed to L.A. to face the Chargers, who are 3-3. L.A. is favored by 7 points. Who you got?
All right. So Derek Carr is still not playing, correct?
Derek Carr's out. He may come back by week 9.
All right. Well, in that case, give me the Chargers. They have too much going for them. Give me the Chargers by whatever. I don't care what the spread is.
It's 7 points.
It's going to be more than 7. I don't know. They're too explosive. I don't think New Orleans is going to be able to keep up. And even if New Orleans, does keep up in the first couple quarters, it's not going to be sustainable. You can't keep up with a team like that. Number 1 for the Chargers, I'm forgetting his name for some reason. TCU wide receiver, Quinshon Johnson or whatever his name was. He's finally learning how to catch the ball, right? That was his big issue last year. You have a two-headed monster in the backfield. Justin Herbert, generational arm talent, generational competency when it comes to playing the quarterback position. So you have it made. The Saints going downhill. They've been going downhill since week 3. So give me the Chargers.
Yeah, so Rashid, he's out. He's on IR, right? The receiver for the Saints.
Yeah.
He's out. Chris Olave's back.
I did not know that.
I think Chris Olave's back. The Chargers have held teams under 20 points at home. 7 points is a lot, and the Chargers have not been, lighting up the scoreboard.
You don't have to light up the scoreboard to be explosive, and with the Saints' defense being the way that it is, I don't think you need to light up the scoreboard to win by 10.
It's 7 points. It's a lot of points. I think the Chargers will win, but give me the Saints to cover. Give me those 7 points.
That's. I'm glad you're disagreeing with me because that's just going to give me the better record when we do our next video.
That's all I'm here for. Father's helping out his son.
That's
taking
wild.
shirts off my back, giving it to him. That's my jersey, by the way.
Not anymore.
The next 3 o'clock game is another NFC South team, Carolina Panthers, who are 1-6, and boy, did I get that pick wrong last week when I said, give me the Panthers against the Commanders. They're not going to lose by 10 points. They got blown out. Well, they're headed to Denver. Denver is favored by 10.5 points. And if you didn't hear, Bryce Young is starting because Andy Dalton got hurt in a car accident, minor car crash in Charlotte. Bryce Young's back. Who you got?
I just want to remind y'all, I did say Commanders by whatever. I said don't even look at the spread. Put the house on it. I mean, what do I know? I'm just a delusional sports fan. Give me the what was the spread for the Broncos?
It is 10.5.
Yeah, give me the no. I like the Panthers to cover. I don't like them to win. I don't know. I feel like Bryce Young has a bounce back game, earns his starting position back full time. Should have never been benched in my opinion. They won that one game in Las Vegas, and you know the Panthers and the Saints seem to be battling it out for the bottom of the division. I think they ride it out with Bryce Young and cover, but give me the Broncos to win that game.
Yeah, Broncos going to win the game. But again, 10.5 points is a lot of points.
Yeah.
Last week I said, give me the Panthers. You know what? I'm going with the Broncos. The Broncos are going to blow the brakes off the Panthers. I'm not going to get burnt twice. I'm just not going to get burnt twice.
See, here's the funny part. So last week when he should have hopped on the Panthers are terrible train, he didn't. This week they're going to show that they're a competent football team, and he's going to look dumb 2 weeks in a row.
But I might, but you know what? I'm not going to get burnt twice. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool
he doesn't
me
even
twice,
know what the
shame
saying
on me.
is.
I can't even say it right. I'm so messed up because of that game last week where the Panthers got blown out. Now they're going to elevation. Give me the Broncos. They're going to cover the spread. All right. Another 3 o'clock game. We got the Buffalo Bills, 5-2, traveling to Seattle to face the Seahawks, who are 4-3. And Buffalo is a 3-point favorite. Who you got and why?
The Seahawks coming off last week, red hot. I don't know. This is a very, very tough game because the Seahawks seem to be clicking internally, but externally, talking about the Buffalo Bills, I just think that the Bills are going to be too much physically for the Seahawks, and I know it's in Seattle, but I like the Bills to win outright in that game.
What if I told you Josh Allen hasn't thrown a pick yet?
Well, you know, not only is that very impressive for being week 8 of the season, but how many touchdowns does he have?
I don't know. I just wanted to throw it out there because everyone labels him.
I don't think he's throwing the ball as much as he usually does.
Correct.
So.
But I will tell you this. Amari Cooper looked at home last week in that offense.
Yep.
I'm with you. Give me the Bills. They're going to cover the 3 points. And I also agree. Seattle went out to Atlanta last week, whooped them. They're coming back home. Yes, they have the 12th man. There's just something I like about the Buffalo Bills. Maybe that was my first team growing up. No one circles a wagon like the Buffalo Bills. All right, another 3 o'clock game. This is a divisional rivalry. You have the Kansas City Chiefs, who are the only undefeated team in the league and have squeaked by all these other teams, going to L.A. to face the Raiders, who are imploding. Kansas City is favored by 9.5 points. They have DeAndre Hopkins. I know he's excited.
I mean, who wouldn't be excited playing with Patrick Mahomes? Oh, wait. All of Patrick Mahomes' receivers, or lack thereof, because he... Gosh, I hate... I love the dude. Great dude. New father. You know, great guy. But as a quarterback, he's not doing so hot right now. He has like 6 or so touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Like, but he's the odds-on MVP favorite, and I don't get it. I think the Chiefs win again. Las Vegas, has their best player wanting out because their former best player already left. So I there's not a lot to say about this. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs too. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, except for, like I said, the Vegas Raiders are imploding. You don't have Deontay Adams anymore. You're going back to Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Antonio Pierce is over his skis. Give me the Chiefs, and then good. Hopefully they whoop the crap out of Vegas, and then we go to Kansas City next week and beat them.
Yep.
All right. Next game we're going to talk about is the Bears, who are 4-2, going to the Washington Commanders, who had an impressive beatdown of the Panthers that I tried to take and give them a little bit of credit, saying they can't be that bad. And Chicago's favored by 3. And they're favored by 3 because they don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play. Who you got and why?
I have the Bears. I think the Bears win. I think the Bears cover. Caleb Williams is for real. He talked a lot of. I'll bleep this out in post. He talked a lot of shit in the offseason about not the speed of the game and how he's gonna translate easy. But he's shown it. The beginning was kind of rocky, but now he has a very good connection with wide receivers Keenan Allen and DJ. So I think they cover. If not for Jaden Daniels playing, I think they cover regardless. So yeah, put that bet on now before it gets revealed that Jaden Daniels is playing, because then that line is going to shoot down. But I don't think it matters. Give me the Bears.
All right, you take the Bears. I'm taking the Commanders. Marcus Mariota looked very competent in that offense when Jaden Daniels went down. Cliff Kingsbury likes to mix it up a little bit. Give me the team that's 3-0 at home against a team that's 0-2 on the road.
Numbers don't tell you the whole story.
Give me the 3 points. I told you last week I like home dogs. This is one of them that I like. Give me the Commanders and the 3 points. All right, Jay, that's our last 4 o'clock game, excuse me. Let's go into the Sunday night football game where you have the clown show of the Cowboys, who are 3-3, against the San Francisco 49ers, which I don't know what to make of because they got beat down by the Chiefs, who are 3-4. San Francisco's favored by 4.5. But did you hear this story that came out where Jerry Jones constantly gives tours during the week at Cowboy Stadium where players are practicing, like coming in their business and whatever, and it's distracting? What are your thoughts on that?
Jerry's a businessman. He's all about his business. He stands on that business. So it doesn't surprise me. I don't think it's right. That should be separate. The players should have that sort of privacy, especially throughout the week. Like, if it's a bye week, I got it. But, like, every week, that's kind of weird. But, even with all that craziness going on, I still think the Cowboys win. I think they watch film more than we watch film, and they kind of saw that San Francisco is not, like, the Super Bowl hangover is real, apparently. So real that we got freaking tendonitis and Christian McCaffrey, and, we have Brandon Ayuk's knee bending backwards after he got... Huh?
He's done for the year.
Yeah. Done for the year, right? So give me the Cowboys, who are overall healthier, and I think in this matchup a better team.
Yeah, so I hate the Cowboys. I hate the 49ers. I hate them all. I wish they just end up in a 0-0 tie, but that's not going to happen. The 49ers are 2-4 against the spread. The Cowboys are 3-0 on the road. 49ers may win. Cowboys may win. 4.5 points. Give me the Cowboys by a field goal, essentially, not to lose by 3, and call it good. So take the Cowboys, take the 4.5. And our last game of the week, I told everyone there's more games this week than last week. In the Monday Niner, we have the New York Football Giants, who are 2-5, traveling to Pittsburgh, who we got that one wrong, Jay. Last week, we got that one wrong. We all said the Jets were going to beat the Steelers because they shouldn't go away from Justin Fields at quarterback. They went with Russell Wilson. We're like, they're dumb. Tomlin's dumb. Dude, did you see their offense?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson looked a little shaky in the beginning.
That's going to happen when you haven't played, but...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is favored by 6 points in this game. Who you got and why?
I have Pittsburgh. Daniel Jones, that era is done. You can't get the ball to the receivers because the O-line is Swiss cheese. Excuse me. And the run game hasn't been what it should be because of that offensive line. And then the back end, the Giants are doing enough to keep them in these games, but whenever it gets kind of out of hand, I feel like that defensive back, the secondary kind of gives up a little bit and gives in. So I don't think they have the culture. I don't think they have the mental toughness. I don't think they have any of that to stand a chance in this game. So give me the Steelers by the points.
Yeah. Steelers defense has given up 14.5 points a game, something like that.
Yeah.
The Giants offense is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they got beat down by Saquon Barkley and the Eagles last week. How will you feel? You let your player go. He signs with the Eagles. And he comes into your house, beats you down so bad that Nick Sirianni went up to him and goes, dude, you're 13 yards away from your career high. He goes, you want to go back in? And he goes, nah, let the young guys eat. The Giants suck. Give me the Steelers. Mike Tomlin obviously knows what he's doing. Russell Wilson. Yeah, I guess they made the right choice.
Yep.
All right. Those were Conner's picks for week 8. I'm going to do a lot better this week than I did last week. Jay, what do you got? Any final words?
That's a lie. But yeah, prayers up to Chris. Prayers up to every other player that got injured. There's too many to name this week. And prayers up to everybody not following my picks, because you're going to wish you did. So.
All right. Those were Conner's picks one more time. They're up on the board. Hold us accountable. See y'all next week.